We're here to talk about aging. I think for a lot of people who were diagnosed with HIV in the earlier days, who acquired HIV in the early days, they never thought that they would live this long to be able to enjoy themselves, right?
That's absolutely right. I want to say to you, I feel like this is the best time in my life. I was diagnosed in 1990. I didn't think there was going to be any way I could live a life. Okay, and even before, when we get to the other question, I'll speak about it then. But I know who I am. I have been through a lot of storms and know I can weather them. And quite frankly, while HIV is a major part of my life, it's just a part of my life now. Whereas before, it used to be the whole part of my life.
And isn't it great that we are in a place with science and health and all of that, where, as you said, it's now a part of your life?
Yeah, I'm very grateful for the advances that have been made in treatment, for the advances that have been made in supporting people living with HIV. As a 36-year survivor, I have to tell you, it was a combination of the doctors, the researchers, my peers living with HIV.
Let's talk about Rock for Aging Plus.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about the organization and how are you guys making sure that the evolving needs of those who are aging with HIV are being met?
The Ribbon Center for Excellence was started in 2019 as a nonprofit by myself and Linda H. Scruggs. We serve as co-executive directors. And so we started the Ribbon Organizing Center for Aging Plus. That is Rock for Aging Plus.
There it is, you've broken it down for me. So how are you guys making sure then that these evolving needs as we get older are being met?
Well, first and foremost, we focus on our strength, which is training and technical assistance, and we work with the grantees, and we work with the grantees, but we also partner with the grantees. So we have a national community action board that consists of grantees and community advocates who have been in HIV aging forever. One of the keystone activities we've done this year is being here at this conference. So at the International AIDS Conference, we held a pre-conference on HIV and aging, which was sponsored by Gilead, and under the directorship of Darwin Thompson, who is our project officer for the HIV AIDS Positively Initiative. And what we did an all-day long pre-conference and had science, we had education, and we had support. Because you know, we age from the time we are born.
Correct.
And then also, we also had to bring into the room the fact that there's a large cohort of young adults who were born with HIV who are also aging with us. Yeah. So not just folks who might have been acquired HIV in their teens and their 20s, because I didn't acquire HIV until I was in my early 30s. It doesn't matter when you acquire it, it's terrible.
What can people like me, younger people who are living with HIV and who are advocates, what can we be doing to really help elevate and shine a spotlight on the older folks?
I look at the model of comprehensive sexual health education as a model for us to think about and explore. I know it's kind of difficult under the situation we are in the United States, but if we could do that as across the lifespan, then we could talk about aging at the same time. Because one of the things I noted when I was on the stage yesterday during the pre-conference was the fact that I didn't really understand sexuality or become comfortable with sexuality until my later years.
It's one of the most natural things we do.
It is the natural thing we do.
It's the one thing we actually all do have in common.
And you know what, we don't even want to talk about it.
I don't mind talking about it with you.
But older adults, I think we have to get older adults to start being able to talk about their sexual health so that they can take that message back to younger people.
Can we talk a little bit about intersectionality of quality of life, well-being, and mental health? Those three as it pertains to aging with HIV.
That is so important. I have been, my HIV diagnosis opened up a whole new world for me of self-exploration. And a lot of it was around trauma. It wasn't until a case manager at a Catholic charities organization, believe it or not, said, I want to do your family tree. And in doing that family tree, I realized I had inherited a lot of behaviors from my ancestors, good and bad. Yeah. But what I inherited was addiction, mental health issues, But because we weren't talking about it, I didn't know how to process all that. So at the being HIV positive enabled me to gain some self-awareness. I was like, how did this happen to me? I needed to know how this happened.
Sure.
And so I started exploring and realized I had suffered a lot of childhood trauma. And then when I was able to put that into some context, I stopped blaming me. I stopped stigmatizing myself. And then I said, you know what, I need to take this message to other people. So we formed an intervention called Common Threads, which is a trauma-informed intervention. And I think when you talk about advocacy, we have to do a lot more work around trauma because even older folks have unresolved trauma.